Good morning, everyone, and good Tavach. Shavua Tov. We are continuing here in the laws of KASHRUS of Rabbi Yamin 4, still in Tevilas Kelim, those things that require Tevila. Kenisasai leReshusa shel Yisrael. When the vessel comes into the Rishus, into the jurisdiction of the Jew. Ein akli chai betevila ad sheyetzim Rishus hanachi. A kli, a vessel, a utensil, does not require Tevila to be immersed in the Mikvah until it leaves the Rishus, the jurisdiction of the Nachri, of the non-Jew, v'yikanes the Rishus shel Yisrael, and then enters into the jurisdiction of the Jew. L'chein, therefore, hashayel or haseicher kli minachri. If a Jew would end up borrowing or renting a vessel from a non-Jew, mutar lishtamish bo b'li tevila, you could still use it. The Jew could use it even without tevila, without immersion, because it doesn't belong to the Jew. It still belongs to the non-Jew. However, if you bought a kli, you bought a vessel from a goy, and then you lend it to your Jewish friend, the second Jew that's borrowing it is not allowed to use this vessel, bli tevila, without it being immersed in the mikvah, because the vessel was already obligated to be immersed, birishus ba'alav Yisrael, when the Jew purchased it already and took ownership rights from the non-Jew. So once that the Jew is the rightful owner of this kli, of this vessel, it's already chayiv, it's obligated to go into tevila, into the mikvah, and a person, it seems like from over here, really should not even delay too much. Certainly he's not going to be allowed to use it until he will immerse it. Now this is unfortunately a common problem that arises in the lax world of mitzvah observance that we live in today. And that is, what if you are a guest at somebody's house who doesn't bring his kelim, he doesn't bring his vessels to the mikvah? Very common in the world today. Children become more religious than their parents, and this is for some reason or another one of those mitzvahs that the parents never took upon themselves. They'll keep a kosher home, they'll keep Shabbos in the house, but tefillah, to go to the mikvah, who says it's a big job? Who says you have to do such a thing? Or you have siblings that are less religious, or you go to somebody's house who's not so nizar, they're not so particular with their yirah shamayim and their fear of heaven and the way they perform mitzvahs, and you have a pretty good suspicion that there is no tevilas kelim that's going on in that house. What do you do? If you go to someone's house and you know that they don't take their kelim to the mikveh, there's no immersion that is being done, says Rav Forst, it's also, you're not allowed to eat or drink from the kelim that require tevilah. Because you're not allowed to use a vessel before it was put into the mikvah. You can't eat from there. A vessel that you're using, you can't eat from there. Now, you have to go and ask the Rav, what are you going to do? Again, if you go to your parents' house every Yom Tiv, and you know that the kelim that they're not toiveld, they didn't go to the mikvah, what are you going to do? If you have a sibling and you know, again, they keep kosher, they keep Shabbos, but they don't take the message to the mikvah, what are you going to do? You better go sit down with your Rav and ask for an eitzah, for hadracha, for some advice and direction. What are you supposed to do in this case? The easiest thing for you to do is convince your parents you'll take care of all the tevilah, you'll take all the vessels to the mikvah, you'll tovel everything for them. What's the big deal? So you'll take a day out of your life, you'll tovel everything, and you won't have anything to worry about anymore. Or you'll have to tell your siblings that you're coming to, we eat on plastic when I come around because I can't eat out of your plates. If you're such a person that is solid enough that you can say such a thing. There are different heterim, ways to get around it, but you can never fully get around it. Maybe you can eat the food out of the plate with your hands, not with a fork or a knife that requires tevila as well. But when it comes to eating liquidy things like soup and the like, what are you going to do? You can't eat that with your hands. It's a very complicated shaila, and therefore you need to go sit down with the Rav, your local Orthodox rabbi, and get a good mahalach, a good path how you're going to do this. in case you find yourself in a situation where you are pretty much 99% sure that the vessels in this house, the utensils, were not taken to the mikvah, how are you going to eat over there? It's a very good shaila. You need to go ask your local Orthodox rabbi. Have a wonderful day.